And welcome back, everybody. This is Movies and Beyond. This is going to be our Secret Invasion full series review. Just to let you know, we will be doing spoilers. It's a Disney Plus show. If you want to see it, it's out. So see it. So yeah, anyway, Kyle's with us. Kyle, how are we doing?
I'm confused. I thought, uh, why is it called Secret Invasion? There was no secrets in it. It should have been called Invasion.
Yeah. Right. This show is forever going to be known as why sticking the landing is important. Because all that goodwill, for me anyway, all the goodwill that was built up, 5 episodes worth of goodwill, has all just been flushed down the drain. Um, this was. This didn't even feel like the ending to the same show. For me, this was very. Now, Marvel seems to think now in their shows they need to have a big CGI fight in their final episode. They don't have to do that. Yeah, it works for WandaVision. Made sense. Moon Knight. Made sense. Falcon and Winter Soldier. Made sense. Ms. Marvel. Made sense. Loki didn't do it. Loki's final episode was very somber and relaxed.
Can I just put in and say something there before I forget? I hate that most of these Marvel shows are very like I think that's why WandaVision was so great because the stakes weren't the same, and it's to be honest, it's one fault I kind of have with Moon Knight is that the stakes were kind of worldwide. Um, and this did the same thing. It was worldwide, but it wasn't in the fact of like it could have been. I think the way they ended it was like that could have been the stakes or something,
Yeah.
where the scores are revealed and it causes sort of chaos throughout the world. That should have been the stakes, not fucking the whole world's gonna get blown up by nukes and World War III
Yeah.
and whatever. Like I like the idea of World War III, but it's still like I need to save the world. So
Yeah.
I'll say this: I don't like the way they ended it, but because like you said, it doesn't feel like the ending of the show. I said to
Yeah.
you when the credits started rolling, I was like, it feels like we're halfway through a show here, through a season, and then we're gonna see what happens with all this shit that's gone down, and it's just like it's just ended. It's like they fucking ran out of money or something. So it was.
I
Uh,
I want to know them people who said they read the scripts for Secret Invasion and said it were great. You read that in the script and said it were great. This ending. I I don't want to shit on Secret Invasion constantly. So I'm going to talk about some of the things that I did like first. Like this is a whole season review, so you know I thought
Can
they
we
got
just get into the nitpicks real quick? 'Cause it's going to be very short.
go
The
nitpick
tiny little nitpicks.
nitpick away.
So when they go in to go get that scroll that's being interrogated, for some reason the sounds of the guns are suppressed, but they're not. The guns aren't suppressed.
Oh yeah, I
One
remember.
one
We,
nitpick,
we
I
were
was
both
like,
there,
right,
like
okay,
what?
whatever. It's like those guns should be like bang, like echoing as well, 'cause it's a very echoey room. And then another nitpick was the humans who were captured and the scrolls were taking their identity. They were held in basically not Chernobyl, but they were held at a nuclear site where it's full of radiation. How because I remember when going into this, obviously we're going to see those guys again at the thing at the end. I thought, oh, we're going to see them. They're going to get released or they're going to get freed or whatever. I was thinking in my head, I was like, oh. And then when I was thinking, oh, they're probably like in protected like pods or something like that. Because I
Nope.
remember, I don't know why I thought they were in like a protected pod. I thought,
Nope.
oh, okay, fair enough. And it were like, no, no, they wouldn't. And it's like the thing I don't understand is why keep them alive if you're trying to steal their identity.
I
Like
think it's
these,
so they could get their memories because there was something going on to their brain.
yeah, no, but they got their memories, and then it were like, right, we don't need you guys anymore. They didn't say, oh yeah, we need them alive to constantly take the memories because Gravik, he kills the guy that he's taken the form of. He didn't need him alive. He killed him and he's taken his
Yeah,
form.
but Gravik was Gravik. The person playing Rhodey needed all of Rhodey's memories, all of them at all times to be available. But don't make me defend this. Don't make me defend this.
Yeah, so they're not even protected by the radiation, so all those people should be dead anyways, or seriously fucked, like just absolutely seriously burnt. Um, and then another nitpick is when all the powers come to play. Ghost isn't. Ghost wasn't in the final battle, as we
Yeah, yeah.
as far as we're aware. Ghost isn't in that battle. I mean, she should have been, because she got some pretty cool looking powers, and it would have been
We
cool to
might
see in
see something
Endgame.
in Thunderbolts that says she was there, because obviously she's going to be in
Potentially,
that. But
potentially, yeah. But I mean, still, it's a nitpick. It's like out of all the powers they showed, you know what I mean? It just felt very like. Do you know what? Right, I'll say this. Free Guy did it better
yeah, Free
with
Guy
the
did do
whole
it better.
power swapping
This
thing.
Fantastic Four did it better. Silver Surfer.
Yeah,
We talked about
yeah,
that.
it did. I barely remember that film that much, but I remember that being like one of the coolest parts. It was
Yeah.
weird. And I'll say this though. I'll say this for that ending battle. The CGI looked pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
there were
it looked. We said this. It looked good,
the
but it
CGI looks
looked
good.
weird.
I'll say this. The CGI looks great. It looks like photorealistic.
It's better
It
than
looks
the Flash,
fantastic.
and this is on a TV
Yeah,
budget.
it looks better than that. They do move a bit wonky with the way they move about and stuff. It's like
Especially
that Luke
seeing
Skywalker
like
thing.
5'6" Amelia Clark with Dave Bautista's arm on her.
Exactly. Um, But that's not what I mean though. Like I'm gonna get into that in a second. It just like the way they move is very weird and janky, and then we'll get into what you were saying about Dave Bautista's fucking arm just being there. That was just it.
Yeah,
Like I said, the CGI looked good. It looked wonky, very wonky. Do you know what I mean? It's like an Iron Man suit that doesn't look like it can fly, but it still flies really really well. Do you know what I mean? It looks really maneuverable, for example. So yeah, that's my
yeah.
nitpick rank over. But I mean, come on.
So I did want to say, I think this had 5 great episodes, really building up to something. It seems like they just didn't know how to end it. Like I think last week's episode was really good. I thought Olivia Colman killed it in it, but it just
It was
this
it was too short for me.
last week's episode was too short. But then the one before that was great. Obviously with Talos' death, I really liked the other one before that, and I liked the one before, and I really liked the premiere. Yeah, I think see you really liked episode 2 a lot, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I'll say it again. This is why it is important to stick your landing.
here's the thing. It's like I just want to talk about the ending a little bit because Talos died trying to protect the president, and it's like he's just we don't even see Fury try to convince him or anything like that, which I'm pretty sure he would have done. But no, the president's just like fuck this. Any aliens, kill them all,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And I was like, it's kind of just made Talos's death,
In
you
vain.
know, in vain. Yeah, it's he's a great character, and it's like I expected his death to really ripple and have like a bit of an effect, but it just fell flat for me. It was just like, oh, he's fucking dead now. His daughter's gonna have superpowers. They're gonna have a big fight at the end.
Yeah.
It felt lazy.
I
I don't know how to make a show. I'm not saying I do, but I know when something's done lazy or something's rushed. But this felt very lazy.
I would not have been mad, with Gaia getting powers at the end. Do you know what they should have done? They should have just given Captain Marvel's powers. I would have been okay with that. But the fact that they've given her every power in the MCU pretty much is where do you go with this character now? Where do you go? I see the only route you can go with this character is I love Amelia Clark. Kill her.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, Callum. Right, when she killed Gravik with the part chest pulse thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Do
She
they
she did
have
she
to?
did that. She did that with Captain Marvel's power, right? So why didn't if Captain Marvel can do that, and I'm pretty sure he had like the strength of Thanos in him. So
Yeah,
it's like, well, why does you know what I mean? It just creates problems, and it's stupid. It feels really dumb. It's because it's like Captain Marvel could have blasted a hole through Thanos. Then, well, why didn't she? Because apparently you can. Apparently she has the power to do that.
hmm
We've just seen it on screen, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna blow a hole through his chest, and that's it. The character's dead now. Bye. And
very, very rushed this last episode.
I would have loved to have seen like, she just walks down an alleyway and she started working with like the British government or whatever. I would have liked to have seen a bit more, just a nice little like a little moment with Fury and
Aye.
obviously so because obviously Talos, her father, died, and it's like I would have nice to see just a little moment there, but we didn't get any of that.
And for the life of me, I don't see how this is integral to the Marvels.
No. He goes up to ship and that's it.
He's
It's
back.
just
He's back
explaining
where
what
he started.
exactly, and like I said, like the way the world is left, it's not resolved anything. In fact, things have just become worse. And Nick Fury's like, all right, I've done my part here. I've dealt with Gravik. I'm gonna fuck off. He's kind of won in a sense, but I'm gonna fuck off back to space. He's dead now. It was just like, well, are you saying that if Nick Fury in the first episode came down, right, killed Gravik straight away in the first episode, that's it? Because that's the one I get from this. Is just
Yeah,
Gravik's dead.
shouldn't have hesitated around Gravik. Should have just shot him. Um. So,
I mean, he did shoot him in the face. I'll give him that, but still, man.
but it would have worked at that time when he first came across him in Russia. Now, I've
The fight scenes were too short as well. They were
fight scenes were
cool.
too short.
They were really cool. I thought, oh, we're gonna get like a cool little like, almost like John Wick with the plates and the chest piece and the pistols and everything. And then it was just like, right, okay, it's over. And then same with the whole seeing like Groot's powers. I mean, we do see Groot's powers quite gory, like puts it through that guy's chest, and it's just like, ooh, that's pretty good. Hats off to them for doing that. And then that's it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just, man.
It is a real shame because I'll say it again. To me personally, 5 great episodes, and this one episode is gonna put it maybe just one above She-Hulk. Now,
Yeah.
that's how important getting your final episode is, because
Gravik, do you know what? Gravik just felt a little bit wasted
yeah.
as well. I can't lie.
And I was loving Gravik all the way up until last week.
I wouldn't say I personally loved him, but I did enjoy the story of him. I just don't feel like it was developed. There wasn't enough meat to it. It was just kind of it were a bit basic, if I'm being honest. But just the way they ended it was just piss poor, man. Like, and I feel sorry for you because I know you really liked that character, but for me, I thought, he's probably not going to be my favorite villain of all time. He has the potential to be. I know, like you said, you liked him, but for me, just with the way they ended it, man, like
out of Disney Plus villains, he really had the potential to be. He could have been number one. He could have been number one. To me.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Like I said,
that's been just
I can see
away.
it. I can see it. I just feel like with the potential of him, I just feel like they could have done a bit more with him. But that's just me. Do you know what I mean? And I know you said you love him, but I'll agree with you. The way they ended this character is just fucking abysmal. Like it's piss poor, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say what people have their opinions about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm a big MCU fanboy, so I love it. I do really like Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I think the final episode's great.
After watching this, Falcon and Winter Soldier is so much better than this. I'm sorry.
It is.
It is like I wouldn't say miles and miles ahead, but it's definitely
got
definitely
them
much better.
moments. Falcon and Winter Soldier, like when Sam comes smashing through the window, for
It's
that
not
first
just that.
time.
I was more interested into the story of it. The problem I have with this is that it didn't grip me as much. The only reason why it gripped me is because it's Secret Invasion. It's to do with the Skrulls and Nick Fury, but nothing in the story really gripped me. I wasn't interested in a lot of the characters. Gravik, like I said, he had the potential, and I was looking forward to it. But other than that, like I said, I wanted a show about Nick Fury, and we got Secret Invasion announced. So I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be great. They're gonna do the whole scroll storyline and stuff,
Yeah,
and it was
it's
just like,
co-starring Ben Mendelsohn. I was like, oh hell yeah! 4 episodes of Ben Mendelsohn, when he was in it, he was great. He was so good. Like 5 great episodes, but if you don't get that last one right, it's all gonna be remembered not as fondly. Because you can't tell someone then, I can't go to work tomorrow now because Neil at work's just started watching Secret Invasion, and I told him, I says, this was yesterday. I says, last episode's tomorrow. I'm so excited. Now I'm in my mind to go into work and say, I won't bother finishing it. I won't bother finishing it because, yeah, Marvel TV has been very hit and miss. Now, this leaves us in a position where we've got...
can I just say, for me, it's been very. I wouldn't say it's like hit as in like, oh, it's fantastic. I just think they've got it's there's a lot of like there's a little bit of really good. There's quite a bit of mediocre, and then there's just a bigger, not bigger than the mediocre. Just there's still that.
Well, for me, last year, if we're counting all of Marvel's Disney Plus offerings, including the specials, they were 5 for 6. Or was it 4 for 5? They were 4 for 5. I love Moon Knight. I think that 5th episode of Moon Knight might be one of the best episodes of TV put on Disney Plus. Ms. Marvel, I think we both agree, that's fantastic. The Guardians holiday special, wow. Obviously James Gunn involved. Werewolf by Night, I thought that were great as well. The one thing Marvel I don't think knocked out of the park last year on Disney Plus was She-Hulk. But unfortunately that was probably one of the last things we all saw. Well, no, it was about around back end of the year. It was the final TV show of the year.
Can I just say as well? I really liked the first episode of She-Hulk.
Me too.
There's not really an episode like I'm not saying this. Hear me out. I'm not saying Secret Invasion or She-Hulk. Secret Invasion is better than She-Hulk. That's my personal
by
opinion.
a big leap. You got a 9 episode show in She-Hulk that's got 2 pretty good episodes, and for me, you've got a 6 episode show where 80% of it's great. It's just that last bit is.
Here's the thing though. Like you may disagree with me on this. This is just how I've taken it, and this is not including the Daredevil episode because that was basically just an episode of Daredevil in the MCU. But the first episode for She-Hulk, for me personally, it was better than all the episodes in Secret Invasion for me.
Fair enough. I thought the first episode
but as a whole, Secret Invasion is better in a sense. It's So, but I really love the first episode of She-Hulk. I don't think I've actually really told you, but I really enjoy it. It's just great. It's fun. It's comic book. It's cool. It's a great character we're getting introduced to. We've got more Bruce Banner because they're the hands are kind of tied.
I love Tatiana Maslany as Jennifer Walters.
Yeah, exactly.
As She-Hulk.
I think as a show,
better material to work with.
Yeah, I think as a show, She-Hulk wasn't the strongest. Secret Invasion is still the better show.
Because I remember, I can't remember what episode it was exactly, but I text you. I'd seen the first thing I didn't think was okay, and I seen the first thing I hated in the MCU, and that was one episode of She-Hulk. Can't remember exactly which one it was. But
or was it the twerking?
It was the twerking one. I just don't know which number it was.
See, I didn't really care for that. I feel like a lot of people overreacted to that. I mean, Hulk is that kind of character.
Don't get me wrong.
Hulk, right?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not opposed to a bit of twerking. That I didn't mind.
No, but
the thing I didn't like was how forced in it felt with the Megan Thee Stallion stuff.
Yeah, it felt forced, but it was just a bit of silly fun. It's nothing serious. I mean, Hulk fucking dabs in Endgame. I think we forget about that. He
Think
dabs,
about that every
so
night before I go to bed.
it just. I know, but I get what you're saying. It does make it's a bit more. It makes a bit more sense with how the sort of situation Hulk was in that scene, and then whereas She-Hulk, it was just kind of, this famous pop star actress, whatever bullshit, and it was just like, all right, we're gonna twerk, we're gonna do a scene with twerking. So I didn't really care. I feel like a lot of people overreacted about that. I didn't really care because it's not.
Yeah.
I wasn't enjoying the show that much anyway, so it's not gonna fucking. But it didn't like lower it for me, the show. So yeah, that's how I felt about it. Secret Invasion was a great show until the end, but I still think She-Hulk had the better episode, but one episode that were better than. It was let's say I rated the first episode of She-Hulk as an 8.
Yeah.
All of Secret Invasion's episodes, except for the final, were like a 7, 7.5. And then the final episode, I don't know what to give that.
Let's try. Let's try. Because we've said we've had 5 good episodes. I think we're a bit hung up on this last one because it's the freshest in our mind and we've just seen it and it's really disappointing.
Finale, yeah.
It's really disappointed us. But what was your favourite moment from the show?
Well, I liked that it. I didn't like when it showed all their hero names. I thought that was a bit weird. It should have shown that. That's another nitpick. But I liked the idea of the Skrulls are now taking powers from other players in the MCU.
Yeah.
I liked that idea.
Maybe the powers, if they were just distributed out, might have played a bit better.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would have been cool to see a bunch of, we've got a bunch of humans running around with superpowers. Why not have some Skrulls running around?
Yeah.
Why have just one? In this case, now 2.
And back to 1.
They've got every power, and it's like you could have like you said, distribute it. You've got a couple powers. Other characters have other powers. Maybe Skrulls are limited in what they can actually take in. Maybe they can only have a certain number of powers and stuff. Maybe like
Gravik's just got
Marvel's
like
power.
a 20 terabyte hard drive for powers.
Exactly, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know it can take a lot in, but it just seems a bit.
So yeah, favorite moment.
Favorite moment is. I think for me, it's probably Talos and any scene with Talos and Nick Fury talking to each other.
Yeah.
I just liked that shit. It's very Nick Fury. Love seeing Talos. Yeah. I do like the Rhodey bit where he says he's gonna carpet bomb. Was it Poland or something?
Yeah.
I did like that.
Yeah.
But that was like a 2-second clip. But other than that.
So, my favourite scene. Now I've raved throughout this entire series about how great Olivia Colman has been in it, and she's definitely the standout star from this for me. But my favourite scene is definitely with Talos and Gravik in the museum. When they're having that conversation and he mentions Gaia and he stabs him in hand and all the Skrulls around him change into Gravik. They're having a conversation about the men in the paintings and stuff like that and what it really means. I thought that scene was great.
I really like that scene. I agree with you. I think it's great. But like I said, I love me. I love the dynamic between Nick Fury and Talos. That's just me. But yeah, that is a great scene. I can understand why it's your favorite because it is a fucking solid scene. So yeah.
Right, and what would you rate the series as a whole now? Now that it's all out, we've seen it all.
It was going to be like a 7.5 out of 10. Maybe 8 if this last episode really did it for me, and it left the MCU in a very interesting way. But I'm leaning more like to a 7, 6.5. It's leaning back a bit.
Really?
To be honest, yeah.
That's higher than me, mate. I'm going probably a 5.5.
Really,
because that is how important sticking the landing is.
Yeah.
it will make or break your show. You look at Game of Thrones. We're very divided on this. I kind of like the ending. You not so much.
I'm not like one of those people who hates it, and I think it's like, it's the biggest piece of shit ever. But it does have problems, especially that big. I know we're talking about Game of Thrones now, but that fight scene at the end, you couldn't see a fucking thing. I remember there were memes about needing night vision goggles and how much money they've spent on this episode, and for some reason, every main character had plot armor. They were just like a hair away from getting like clawed by a White Walker. So
yeah, right. So I think that'll do us. I'd love to have been able to come on here and just rave about it, because if we enjoyed this final episode, me and Kyle would have probably been speaking here for about an hour and a half, but I think it's just really sucked the life out of us. We've tried to mention some positives. We didn't want to come in and just shit on it. Like I say again, 5 great episodes to me. 5. But I can't tell people now to go watch this show because the ending's just not there for me. And that's the most important thing to most people, is how does it leave you in the end?
yeah,
Was you
because
satisfied with the ending?
nothing really got resolved. Like, in a way, Gravik won and Nick Fury was just like, there's peace. No, there isn't. There's still, it may not be like World War between countries, but you've now set off. There is now a war between humans and Skrulls on the streets.
I'll say this though, maybe that's what it's got to be. Maybe that's just good enough for now. But
yeah, but for him to go around and say, "Oh, that's peace," I mean, as Nick Fury says, "Nah, that's some bullshit."
Man,
Like,
that's some
for real.
bullshit. Yeah.
Honestly, that is, I feel like, I don't know. It was just weird. It was just weird how they ended it, and the way they left it was just so like, what's the fucking point in this show? You could they could have started off this show as that, and that was the concept. If they want to leave it like that, then why not start as that? Instead of all this hiding and shit, why not do something
It seems
different?
like they were desperately trying to get a second season.
It does, yeah. That's what I said to you. I'm like, is there a fucking another season coming out of this? Because I am unsatisfied right now. This is not good. This is not a good thing.
Well, yeah. But maybe Marvel's going to learn from this. They're trying something very different with Daredevil. It's an 18-episode season. It will be split into 2, which I've been reading up on lately. But if we're getting 9 episodes a half, I don't mind.
I honestly, Callum, I thought this was going to break the mold for Marvel TV. I thought this is going to be, nice,
they seem like the most
episodes.
unique thing they were doing, and it just fit right into the mold.
Yeah, because they don't have to feature superpowers and stuff. It's just espionage shit, and people will watch that. Yeah, it's Marvel, but people watch Civil War, and that's just got a guy with a robot arm and like really super strong. That's literally it. There's nothing really too flashy. I mean, there's Falcon. What did I say?
Civil War.
Sorry, yeah. Civil War, Winter Soldier. So that's got a lot of espionage and back and forth and stuff like that. And yeah, the action in it is great. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like, say, Iron Man flying around with rockets and lasers everywhere. No. This is what I kind of hoped for with this show, and like I said, the action we got in it was good. In some cases it was really good. It was just like, right, okay, action scene's done now.
Yeah. So, yeah, that'll do us. Just want to make an announcement. We didn't announce it on Monday's show, but I'm going to announce it now because it's actually kind of tied to this. I have changed the topic and not told Kyle. This weekend, me and Kyle are going to be trying something new. I've done a couple of like top 5 lists, top 10 lists, ranking videos on the channel. Well, the next one we do, me and Kyle will be going head to head with our, top 10 comic book TV shows. Now, I was hoping I could announce it on this and go, you never know, Secret Invasion might make it on that list. Definitely not now. Don't be expecting that on any of our lists. But Kyle's looking at me a bit annoyed because I did tell him top 10 comic book films and he's probably put that list together. But it's alright. We've got a couple of days.
I've been thinking about it. I've just slowly just shifting them around in my head, but fuck you, I'm gonna have to rethink now.
Yeah.
Wait, is this including just MCU or is this just in general?
Comic book TV shows. Comic book
Okay.
TV shows.
So,
So
like the boys can be featured in that.
yeah.
Okay, cool. What
Yeah.
what about Invincible? 'Cause that's more
Yeah.
like that's cartoon,
Yeah.
but it's
Invincible, The
okay.
Boys. Let's not give
Okay,
too much
okay.
away. Umbrella
okay.
Academy, stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna be trying that this weekend. It's gonna be called the Top 10 Tournament. We're gonna try to do one every week. Maybe link it in with something that's coming out that week. But yeah, we're excited to do that. I was excited to talk about Secret Invasion this morning, but I got back and watched the episode after work. So it's a real shame. You know, we're still big Marvel fans. I think at the end of the day, it's
That can I just say something as well? Do you remember when WandaVision came out and everyone thought the big bad, the secret bad was Mephisto, and it kind of got memed on a little bit? I am not surprised, right, after that, just because of how like it became a meme after it turned out not to be that. I'm not surprised that every Marvel show there's like a meme. I've seen a meme or two for other shows. I think I saw one for like Captain America Civil War where it's like who's the secret bad guy, and it's Mephisto. Like it was something. It was a smart joke. It was a smart meme, but
the
I'm
power
surprised that
broker is Mephisto.
yeah, yeah. I'm surprised it's not like that for all the shows. I think that'd be a great meme to
Oh,
do.
we are supposed to be getting him in a show though. You know which one, don't you?
No.
Apparently, he's going to be played by Sacha Baron Cohen in Ironheart.
Oh, people are gonna be really upset with that.
Yeah. Apparently, Ironheart's about like technology versus magic. But anyway, Secret Invasion.
I love Sacha Baron Cohen. He's great. He's funny, but people are gonna hate it when he turns out to be that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But
Anyways,
let us know what you thought of Secret Invasion. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was okay? Did you not watch it? If you didn't watch it, I don't know why you're watching a spoiler review, but hey, that's all right. Thanks for showing up. Like the video, subscribe, share. Don't show us to your mother. Show her Secret Invasion if you hate her.
or as I like to call it, Marvel Studios Invasion. Oh, can I just say as well, all the twists that were supposed to be in the show were the most predictable twists ever.
Yeah, as soon as Fury walks into that thing, it's like, that's Gaia. But yeah, anyway, let us know what you'd think down below. I suppose a lot of people are going to think that this was